Уважаеми дами и господа, уважаеми гости, от името на Министерство на вътрешните работи на Република
On behalf of the Ministry of the Interior of the Republic of Bulgaria, I would like to bid you welcome on the 5th edition of the International Summit of Law Enforcement in the IP area, which will be conducted today and tomorrow in Sofia. First, I would like to thank the Patent Office of the Republic of Bulgaria, the European Commission, and the EUIPO for organizing today's event, where you will discuss important issues on how to secure more efficient combating on a European and global level against different crime of infringing IP rights. As you very well know, this kind of criminal activity not only infringes seriously on companies, on the rights of IP, but can be a serious threat on the life and health of people and the environment. According to data published in a report by the European Commission and the EU IPO, in 2021, the law enforcement bodies of the European Union have confiscated about 86 million of false products at the amount of over 1 billion euro, which is 31% of these confiscated items compared to 2020. This data gives you a general picture of the scale of this problem. The governments of the EU member states have dedicated about losing 15 billion euro every year from these counterfeit goods, including tax avoidance. This is a financial resource that we are losing, which can be invested in the welfare of people otherwise. In addition to the economic dimension, we should also pay attention to the impact of some counterfeit products on people's health and the environment. Counterfeiting certain goods, such as cosmetics and pharmaceuticals, spare parts for cars, and alcohol, liquor, can pose serious threats for the users. Needless to say, to explain about the health risk of counterfeiting pharmaceuticals, since in the production process, they can use chemicals that have extremely harmful effect on human health. On the other hand, using counterfeit products in agriculture, such as pesticides and insecticides, can lead to very dangerous consequences for the environment, for the plants, and also for the consumers along the food chain. People committing crime against IP do not consider state borders. Today, a product produced in one continent can end up in a household in another continent just by a click of the mouse, and creating in this way conditions for illegal business, which is made use of not only by citizens but also of criminals. So the lack of borders made this internet space in a preferred medium for criminal activity, which has more often international nature. All this requires a coordinated trans-border approach to combat organized and serious crime, including IP crime. This approach would include coordinated action by law enforcement entities from all member states, with the active support of European agencies and institutions, international organizations, and the private sector. In 2021, an important step was made in that direction. The Council of the European Union made a decision to include all IP infringement rights to combat serious and crime. for 2022-2025. Together with our European partners, Bulgaria was chosen as a driver of the EMPACT priority and coordinating the efforts of the law enforcement authorities in the European Union to combat this criminal activity. Our country is making an effort to cope with a task which I'm sure are yielding results. In this connection, the Ministry of the Interior of the Republic of Bulgaria would like to thank you for the active cooperation and support of the police and customs authorities of the EU member states and third countries with which we work along different operations. I would like to thank also key European agencies and institutions which support our daily work. Among them, Europol, Olaf, Frontex, the service, the EUIPO, and Eurojust and the European Commission. Last but not least, I would like to say that the productive cooperation with the private sector is of major importance to combat crimes of intellectual property rights. In this connection, today's meeting is a wonderful opportunity to build partnership between the government and private sector, and I strongly urge you to make use of this opportunity. Once again, on my behalf and on behalf of the Ministry of the Interior of the Republic of Bulgaria, I would like to bid you welcome in Bulgaria and wish you productive and pleasant stay in Sofia. I hope these days you will have a very useful discussion that will satisfy everybody. Thank you for your attention. I need to leave because of urgent meetings. Thank you very much.